From the field to the studio to your eyes and ears, we are back here with a guest that doesn't look like a guy that I usually sit down with. Royals number 14 prospect, Andrew Hoffmann. Andrew, how are you doing today, sir?
I'm good. Good.
Good. Absolutely geeked to be able to sit down. Absolutely love it. Gonna jump right into it, man. This football season, I don't know if you're a big football guy, but being a Kansas City Royal in that organization, are you rooting for the Chiefs in the Super Bowl? Any excited for it?
Yeah. I mean, I'm a Chargers fan. I've been a Chargers fan my whole life, and
Respect it.
it's been pretty tough growing up. But being in Kansas City now, it's good to see a team that wins.
Yeah. Hey, you got a good quarterback over there in LA in Herbert, so hopefully you guys could do some winning here soon.
Yeah.
But jumping into you, man, watching you pitch, I did a lot of in-depth watching. The leg kick whenever you're throwing, is it a comfort thing? Is it like a timing thing where you have a little step up on the batter? I kind of get Johnny Cueto vibes, holding it a little extra, going quicker.
Yeah, that was just something I started doing like my freshman summer in the Northwoods League. It was kind of like I had a pretty standard like motion mechanics wise, and it was like I just kind of thought of it and messed around with it during summer ball, and I kind of liked it, and then it became so consistent where it was like it is mostly a timing thing.
Gotcha, for sure. Going JUCO route. I saw you were a JUCO bandit, going to John Hopkins. How was that like?
It was good. So after I finished up my summer in Traverse City in the Northwoods League, I went to John A. Logan in 2020, and it was awesome. I mean, the coaches and everything around it was really good. That was a COVID year.
Mm-hmm.
We played 21 games, I believe, and then we got shut down during that time. And I was committed to Illinois during the fall, so prior to the season starting. And then we basically got all shut down and then went home for however long, 5 months, and I went back to the Northwoods League that summer during 2020 because it was the only thing going on. And then that fall, that was when I went to Illinois.
Gotcha. And so at Illinois, what was that kind of transition like? So I know in Oakland, obviously that is D1 baseball, but kind of the higher up, Big Ten division, the higher D1, if you'd say. Was that any different of a transition for you?
Yeah, I mean, it was different for sure. The competition was better. Obviously, bigger school. It was different for sure going from lower D1 to JUCO to Power 5 baseball. It was an adjustment for sure.
For sure. And then jumping in, the 34-game winning streak you had. So from the final start in 2019 until you left college at Illinois, you didn't lose. You just didn't like losing, or you just dominant? How was it, man? That stretch of greatness.
Yeah, I didn't really remember it too much. I mean, I was really successful, obviously, both my summers in the Northwoods League, and then successful at John A., and then successful again at Illinois. And I actually didn't even know about it until a media guy brought it up at Illinois when he was making a Twitter post. He was like, "Hey, you haven't lost in this long." And I was like, "Oh, yeah."
He's like, "Oh, really? I didn't."
Yeah.
That's all. That's crazy. But then obviously you're pitching at Illinois, pitching extremely well. You didn't get drafted, getting that call, sitting there. I watched an interview. I'm sure watching it with your family and your girlfriend, correct? How was that like? Just being around the people close to you, getting the call that you've been working for your whole life, basically.
Yeah, I mean, it was exciting at the time, and it happens, and then a few days later, I was flying to Florida. To the Braves spring training complex, and it was basically right on at that time. It was like I was there for 9 days or something, and then I went to Low A Augusta for a little bit, finished the season there.
Yes, sir. And then finished the season there, and then you pitched a bit earlier last season, and then you get the call that traded to Kansas City. How was that like? A little bit closer to home, how everything happens getting traded.
Right. Yeah, it was exciting. I mean, Mondays are off days in the minor leagues, so you play Tuesday through Sunday. And that was when I woke up that Monday and got the call about being traded.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time, it was exciting. There was a lot going on, definitely. It was a bunch of phone calls. Okay, we're doing this, this, and this. Here's your flight, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
It was a bunch going on, but it was super exciting. It was basically just new opportunity, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And then going into this year, kind of seeing this offseason, the Royals, they got the new GM kind of not parting ways with a lot of the older guys, but kind of this youth movement we're seeing come to fruition in Kansas City. Is that something that pumps you up going into spring training this year, knowing, or Zach Greinke's on that pitching staff, Ryan Yarbrough was brought in, Aroldis Chapman? Are you excited to kind of learn from guys like that, take stuff from them?
Yeah, it's super exciting. I've been in Arizona basically the whole off season.
Okay. Heard.
Working with Mitch Stetter, who will be the bullpen coach this year.
Gotcha.
And it's been really good and exciting for the upcoming season.
Heck yeah, man. Absolutely. Cannot wait. And that's I got a couple shorter questions if that's all right with you before we jump out of this.
Sure, you're good.
Bet that. All right. So last person on the team that you're letting on the ox.
Morgan McCullough.
Morgan McCullough. All-time starting five. I don't know if you're basketball or baseball guy. You could take the rotation side. You could take your all-time starting five in basketball if you'd like, if you got one.
Basketball, LeBron, Jordan, Kareem.
Okay.
Shaq. I guess we're gonna run the double big man.
Got to.
Kobe.
Ooh, yeah. I like that. Kobe is the shooter. That's always a good shooter to have. And then I think my favorite question I got, is there any chirps that you've heard from fans, from other teammate or the other team that have stuck with you, or like, dang, that was kind of a good one. You got me.
No.
Nah.
You'll hear stuff, and I mean, you don't even hear it. You know, when you're pitching, it's just you have tunnel vision. It's like you don't even you hear nothing. It's just you are so locked in on what you're doing. You don't even hear anything going on.
Yeah, absolutely love it. And I think my final question, man, I know I got the jersey in the background. So when I get my hands on an Andrew Hoffmann jersey, can I send it to you and get it signed, throw it up in the background?
Absolutely.
Got to. Man, I appreciate you so much for sitting through this, letting me interview you. Got to wish you an early happy birthday.
Appreciate you.
Birthday's tomorrow. Yes, sir. But man, again, thank you so much for this. Did you have anything you wanted to plug or shout out before you got out of this?
No.
Bet that. Well, I hope you have a great rest of your day, man. I will hopefully talk to you later.
Absolutely. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you, man. Peace.
Take it easy.